a war going on. The books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover. Call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas, home of Super Bowl 63. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Tuesday, March 31st, as we continue our grind here to the postseason in the NBA and NHL. And, hey, we're in the second series of the year in the major leagues, and, well, we're getting a second look at some of the pitchers here this week, as we finally get through the rotation of the runs going up here still with the back end of some of these rotations here. Thanks for joining me on the show. We're going to preview the action here for today, but we'll recap a little bit, let some folks get in here. We got a dozen of you right now. Thank you for joining me here on a Tuesday, and had a pretty good day yesterday here. Finally there, really kind of crushed it with some of our games here yesterday in the major leagues and also in the NBA and NHL. And there also yesterday was women's tournament action yesterday. We did see two more teams advance. We got our Final Four. It was Texas walloping Michigan there yesterday. Hey, we went 2-0 with our picks over at winnable.com in the women's NCAA tournament. I hope you're signed up with me to get those women's premiums yesterday with the under in the Michigan-Texas game. Texas did, as I said, roll them and covered, but we had the under there. Michigan was held to just 41 points in the game by Texas. So, yeah, I think it went under, and we had the winner there. And we also had the winner with South Carolina as they pulled away against TCU, and they will advance to the Final Four on the women's side as well. So hopefully you were on board with me, or were with me anyway, with those winners on the women's side yesterday over at winnable.com. The Final Four on the women's side does take place starting on Friday, where will be, all number one seeds. It works in NIL in the women's side. Connecticut, a 7.5-point favorite against South Carolina, 136. Yeah, maybe South Carolina had trouble starting to get going there yesterday against a good TCU team, but they are pretty good here. They have 3 losses this year. Of course, Connecticut is undefeated, but also Texas and UCLA. It almost seems like South Carolina, Connecticut's the national championship, but don't sleep on Texas and UCLA. Texas a 1-point favorite. Or maybe 1.5 now over UCLA on the women's side. And those games will be Friday. So they're into the Final Four there as well. We were able to bring a few winners home there. And the ladies' side, make sure you're catching me over at winnable.com/Ramon. I had some winners over there yesterday with my premium picks with the sportsbook. One clarification, I did make an error, and do so many games, preview so many games here. One game on another show yesterday, I did it's the oldest trick in the book, right? Send out 2 sides. I just want to say the premium pick did have a winner. I did cross up a game yesterday, and apologies for that. It's happened. I know we've said it before. It happens about every 3 or 4 months, with especially in the high volume where I'm accidentally said one thing and did another. Did it yesterday. Just rest assured, the premium pick winner was there for the crew compared to what I said on the air, where I took the other side. It actually wasn't even the other side. It was I think it was a run line, a money line, something like that. Anyway, just want to apologize that. I'm sure nobody got too confused on that one, but you may have had a loser there on the free side on the show, and the premium pick winner won. No intention of doing that at all. Just an error yesterday. So just a disclaimer there. Apologies for that. But anybody who did pay attention to the show did have a lot of winners yesterday. Let me talk about them real quick as we let people file in here. But I do want to talk a little bit also about the premium pick winners over there at winnable.com. We did have Anaheim and Toronto game to go over. The Calgary, Colorado game premium winner there yesterday. That was the one where I made a little mistake on a show talking about the total, but we did give it out as a winner here. Hopefully the subscribers were on it there yesterday. Baseball had one winner there out of with the Phillies and Washington. Somehow I want to go with the Dodgers. Those Dodgers are awful. Come on. They can't even get it done against Cleveland. They're going to have some losers. Come on. All right, but let me cover the winners here real quick and some of the action for Monday, where we did have some winners here on the show. A lot of winners actually on the show yesterday, including the New York Mets over the Cardinals yesterday, 4-2. We had the Mets here on the show as Clay Holmes got 17 outs, allowed 2 runs. The bullpen did the rest, got 10 outs, allowed only 1 base runner. Bo Bichette had a nice performance in there. You know what? They were starting to get on Bo Bichette. It's only been 3 or 4 games, but they were booing Bichette at home against the Pirates. Don't do that. It was 3 games, okay? Bo Bichette knocked in 2 runs, and the Mets got the win there, 3-1. We also had a morning steam winner here with the Giants over the Padres yesterday. Not too happy about that, but Tony B got his first win there for the Giants yesterday. Landon Roop, don't bring me down. Roop, he had just 2 hits allowed in 6 innings. Harrison Bader got the Giants on the board with a solo home run. Jackson Merrill, 2-run homer for the Padres, brought them back in the 9th inning to within 1, but the Giants held on, and I had the winner. I had the winner with the Giants yesterday over my Padres. Twins and Royals had a winner here on the morning steam with the under there in that one as Twins and the Royals there. Chris Bubich, we talked about it a little bit there with our under there, but Chris Bubich, a real strong performance there for the Royals in the game yesterday against the Twins, as Kyle Isbell and Isaac Collins hit home runs in that one for the Royals. Morning steam winner, Texas Rangers over Baltimore. We had the Rangers here on the show yesterday as our winner here with Jack Leiter pitching there for the Rangers, and they had the road win at Baltimore. Burger time, 2 home runs for Jake Burger in that one. Morning steam winner here, Seattle Mariners, late night 2-1 walk-off winner over the Yankees. We had the Mariners over the Yanks here yesterday. Also, morning steam winner here with the Atlanta Braves over the Athletics as Mauricio Dubon, 2-run single for Atlanta in that one. They were able to knock off the Athletics there yesterday. And also morning steam winner here, Tampa Bay Rays over Milwaukee. They're behind Nick Martinez, and the Rays got the win over the Brewers 3-2 in that one. Nick Fortes had the game-winning double in the 9th inning. Milwaukee led 2-1 after 6. Yandy Diaz, he's off to a pretty good start. Home run there yesterday. He's 11 for 20 so far for the Rays. They can hit. I tell you, they can hit. We know that. So some good winners there yesterday, but also came through with some winners in the NBA here with the morning's team show picks, including the under with the Celtics and the Hawks yesterday. We had the under in that one in the 112-102 win for Atlanta over shorthanded Boston. Morning's team winner. Uh, Phoenix over Memphis. They crushed them yesterday, 131-105. Also here, morning's team winner, Timberwolves and Mavericks game 2 go under as the Wolves won by 30 on the road, covering the number. Morning's team winner with the Jazz plus the points against Cleveland. Cleveland was laying nearly 20, but the Jazz stayed in there again. Cleveland got the win by 9 in the Tankathon. And also, the game of the night, we did have the under, and, well, what can you say? It did go under if it didn't go overtime, but it did, and that's what happens. But good game, Oklahoma City over Detroit, 114-110. Don't know what Detroit was doing there. Apparently it was the strategy to foul their down 3 with time ticking down on the shot clock. They could have done it a lot sooner if they knew what they were doing. So I do want to say this. I'm going to, beside the fact I'm criticizing JB Bickerstaff. JB Bickerstaff currently is minus 220 to win Coach of the Year. That's maybe sounds like a high number, but it seems like almost a done deal. I'm not calling it free money, but I think if you look at most books, it's not going to be over $2.50, and some books have them as low as $1.80. I think JB Bickerstaff is going to win the Coach of the Year, and it's still available to bet. So thank me later. I don't think he's going to not get the Coach of the Year. Didn't get the Coach of the Night last night, that's for sure. But it's not going to cost him the Coach of the Year overall. And also we had the Lakers here last night in the 120-101 win over the Wizards there yesterday. Lakers, easy winner here on the Morning Steam Show. Also, hockey winners yesterday included Pittsburgh and the Islanders game to go over. Pittsburgh got there themselves in an 8-3 win. There in that one, we had the Avalanche. Did they cover the puck line in the 9-2 victory over Calgary to get really crushing there over the Flames? Winner there, morning steam winner, Vegas Golden Knights with Tortorella as the coach. We talked about it yesterday, and they get the win there. I was on a show yesterday afternoon. I said the final score would be 4-2, and it was, as the Golden Knights won with Tortorella in his first game as coach, as the Knights fired Bruce Cassidy, the guy who led them to NHL title. However, he's let go here at the end of the season with just 8 games left, and the Golden Knights will try to do it with Tortorella. Tortorella is a coach who is hired to be fired, but he is going to try to resuscitate the Golden Knights, who have struggled this season. I say struggle. I mean, they're going to the postseason with an okay seed here, but they still want to make the change here in Vegas and go with Tortorella. They, kind of a defensive approach, certainly, and they got the win 4-2 there yesterday, and morning's team winner to go 4-1 as we had the San Jose Sharks over St. Louis for a pretty good performance there on the ice. Okay, let me see who's here. We'll get ready and get going on the show. No reason to delay. We got so many games to preview here in baseball and basketball and hockey. So we're going to be here a while. Hope you're ready. Let's say hello. The line is getting long here. Weedo's here. He says he's early. He's trying to get some hockey winners there yesterday, it looks like. And Twisted here, he had a good game there, talking about the Nats yesterday. Good job there for Twisted. Yankees said them down there a little bit. And Twisted, though, had a good day. Good morning to Robert as well. And let's see who else is rolling in. And just some good conversation in here right now. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Cash Kane is here as well. And Damon is here. He's ready for some NBA action. It's fantastic. And we're going to have a preview. We're going to preview 6 of the 7 games. We're going to get rid of the Mavericks and the Bucks here. And Andrew, not happy with Jaden Ivey. They're a little demented, right? We don't want a player like that. Just goes to show you. You can kind of take the high road a little bit in today's society, but when you're on the wrong side of history, you're going to get your release. I think there. Uh, we can celebrate celebrate the folks who need to be celebrated. Okay, I think that's the way we got to look at it with some of the special things that we do. Go out of the way and let people know we really want them in our game. We want to be inclusive. We want to see them at our events. We want to cheer with them and celebrate with them and celebrate them as well. I mean, they don't have a you know uh, uh, old man gambler day at the game. So let's have a day for the rest of them, and I'll toast my beer at the game for them. Okay, Cash Kane says we love the dogs yesterday, and let's see here, Nuke. Good morning to Nuke. Big Bag is here. Andrew as well. Nice to see you guys there in the chat. And make sure we got everybody here. Andrew is not happy with the NBA. Like I said, I'm going to celebrate those people. I want them to come out. We might have a disagreement there. M the Great here. Good morning. Flea Mathis as well. Terrell's ready to go on the diamond. Ready to do it today. And we're trying to get let's see here. Who else? Terrell, LeBron's triple-double in there. We saw Bronny in there yesterday, huh? A Nuke. Hey, everyone, like this video. Subscribe to our channel, Sports Buddy, here on YouTube. Fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. And Robert's trying to find some soccer to bet on. We do have World Cup qualifiers today from Europe, so looking forward to that. Also, a little bit of action here with some of the other teams as well. I don't know how we end up with Jamaica and Congo, but we did. Bolivia and Iraq. I know we're in the playoff portion now, so just making a little joke there a little bit. A lot of international friendlies, though, including the United States. We'll try to get one against Portugal here, and they're going to be underdogs, but they're going to give it a try in a friendly tonight. Also, Canada taking on Tunisia, Belgium, and Mexico in some friendly action. Also, some Nations League in there. So we got some matches here today in football. Tennis is already underway here as well this morning. Got some clay court action across in Europe and clay court action here in the United States as well. So I think that's it, Terrell. When you come from San Diego, it's a pretty diverse thing. So you get to really, really encompass and embrace a lot of different folks, I think, there a little bit. All right. Chubby Nose is here today as well. So great to have you guys here. And we'll get ready and get started with the show. We got a couple of dozen of you in here. I think that's probably good enough here right now to get started. But like I said, if you want to say real quick, go to winnable.com/Ramon and get those premium picks from me. This is how you support me here on the channel. Come on here and do the show, give you some free winners early on. It's early here, so we got to pick them way in advance. But if you want the plays from me late, anywhere 30 to 60 minutes before game time and more sports. And today we're going to have college baseball. And I'm pretty warm in college baseball right now. So if you want to get those picks, make sure you're over there at winnable.com/Ramon. It is a big day of Tuesday action in college baseball. So I'm going to be coming at you tonight with some plays there in the college game. All right. And let's see here. I think that might be good enough. Let's get started. We can't wait. Too many games. Got to get going here. And let's start. Hope you're ready. Let's get it rolling right away here. All right. I think we're ready. This is how it works. I try to preview all the best games in the biggest sports. And you get your chance to comment in the chat. And when you do, you become eligible for a drawing that I do at the end of the show. Maybe you've said, "Hey, I don't want to buy for I don't buy picks from anybody." Well, remember, you're just supporting me here on the show. It's not about the picks necessarily. Hey, hopefully the picks are good. I want to give out some great picks, but for 41 cents a day, you get a little bit of extra content from me. Send it out here on my winnable account. So please consider that, and you'll get a free drawing here. I'll do a drawing, and somebody will win 1 month of the picks, and you can just check it out for yourself. And like I said, I think what it does is keeps everybody in action sometimes. Sometimes we're waiting for the next game or the next day, but I like to dabble in some of these other sports here too, including overnight action and some international sports. It just kind of keeps the flow going a little bit. I got tennis as well that I do on Winnable. So you just get more plays and keeps you in action, even if you don't pick the plays. Sometimes it's like a reminder. Hey, I want to play those sports. I want to make my own picks. And Ramon just sent out the update with his picks. So I forgot that sport was playing today or something like that. So check me out over there at winnable.com. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Want to say hello, and Rovini SC here joining us today. He says, do we have afternoon programming? We do, and we also have VB MMA picks because Ramon forgot to upload it, so I'll do it here after the end of the show and get that up there as well for our UFC this week. Apologies for everyone that may have been waiting. I don't know if anybody was even waiting, but we did preview UFC Fight Night, Moicano versus Duncan here. We'll have a show this week with the Sports Money crew on Saturday for that lightweight bout, Moicano versus Duncan here, and it will be lightweights here this weekend. Moicano was going to face Ortega at UFC 326, but got canceled, and Moicano does get a little bit rewarded with his patience here with his own Fight Night main event. So that's pretty cool for him, although he's up against Chris Duncan here, who's won 4 straight and has also found his way into a Fight Night main event. So, all right, then let's see what else here. Jimbo is ready to go. 9 Legacy. No, Jaden Ivey was criticizing Pride Night. 9 Legacy. He's not a fan of those, but we are. We are. I am. Go Pride. Being from San Diego, we have pride in San Diego. I'll tell you that. We definitely had that. All right. Robert here. Robert's ready to go. Rangers money line there yesterday. Rovini didn't have the. Yeah, I think there. I didn't. I think there may have not been a program yesterday afternoon. I think Mike's had a vacation this week, so may have been just a little bit slow to go here a little bit with the afternoon programming. And I think we'll be back on today here. Not sure, but hopefully we are. Okay. Let me get this action out here with Robert already touting it here a little bit, but got the Rangers here taking on the Orioles. I believe it'll be Jake DeGrom here going for the Rangers. I know some of the books don't have a pitcher listed here yet. Remember, DeGrom missed his start, so the Rangers are just kind of shaking up the rotation here a little bit. It may not have actually been officially fully announced kind of thing, but DeGrom expected to get the start after he missed his first start of the season with neck pain. He had a bad pillow, didn't sleep well, and had to cancel his first start of the season here. So DeGrom expected to be in there today, going up against Zach Eflin of the Orioles here in this one. And I think DeGrom does have some pretty good splits against Baltimore's core group, against guys like Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, and Kowser. And saw Gunnar waving in a ground ball there late in the game. There yesterday. Kind of a good game there, wild game there yesterday in the 5-2 win there for Texas, as Texas has won their 3rd in a row. And they're off to a 3-1 start this season for Baltimore. They come in here 2-2 right now in this one. Uh, Texas has had multiple hitters also with success against Eflin as well. The Orioles bullpen has been pretty solid here so far. DeGrom maybe neutralizes the Eflin's effort here. Nothing wrong with DeGrom. We're not seeing him necessarily projecting him to be super dominant this season, but still going to be probably a pretty effective pitcher here long term, or this season it feels like here right now. So Texas a favorite, about $1.25 here in this one, and see the total here is right now at 8 over 20. There's some 8.5 under 20 as well in this matchup. So let me see what I have on screen here with 8 over 20. Yeah, it's kind of back and forth here a little bit with these two, but I do like the under in this one. If it's 8 under 20, that's fine. You can grade me at that. I'm going under here in this one. Baltimore is 1-3 to the under so far this season. Yesterday's obviously went under. It was Sunday. They went over in an 8-6 game, but the other two games were 2-1, remember, against against Minnesota, and 4-1 against Minnesota in a loss there. And I'm awake here, and I'll take the under here on this one. Let me hear from you in the chat. I'll try. Maybe I should turn the camera off when I'm yawning in there, huh? Let's see here. Robert went with the Rangers, and Kane says if DeGrom can go long here, I don't know. He's got kind of a neck soreness there, I guess it was, and okay, no problem. Nine Legacy. A lot of people don't like those Pride nights. I get it. Maybe we shouldn't celebrate folks' diversity here, but tell you what, every night's Pride night at a WNBA game. All right. All right, here we go. Let's move on to the next one here. These are all night games here today. So next up, the Nationals are on the road, taking on the Phillies here. Pouline is, isn't that a food of some kind? Pouline. Now, I think I believe Poulin, I believe that he's an opener in this game, actually, for Washington here. I think Littell is the primary starter in this game. Phillies lost 3 in a row coming in. They are $1.85 favorite, though, in this one against the Nationals, and their opener here. And like I said, I think it'll be Littell, but Andrew Painter going here for Philadelphia in this one, $1.85. Right now, Philly coming in on a 3-game losing streak. They won the first game of the season, but they've lost 3 straight. Meanwhile, for Washington, they're 3-1. They beat the Cubs 2 out of 3. They won yesterday's game here 13-2. Nationals with some bats here so far. They've had a 10-run performance. They've had a 13-run performance so far this season, so the Nationals might be hitting here a little bit right now. And they'll be a big underdog, though, in this one against Painter and the Phillies. The Phillies hitters do have a little bit of success in their time here with this situation, but I think the quality gap in the lineup is pretty clear here right now with the Phillies. Washington's bullpen so far, we're only 4 or 5 games in, but we're starting to get a little bit of feel for the bullpens so far. I think Washington's been a little bit middle tier, but the Phillies' pen's actually been shaky, and maybe they will give up some runs. This one could see some runs here, I think, with the Nationals and the Phillies today, especially. We'll see how their left-handed opener does here in this one, but maybe let me hear from you with the Nationals and the Phillies today. The Nationals are 3-1 to the over so far, and the Phillies are 3-0-1 to the over here so far. Now, I don't know if it's potential blowout, and I don't even know if I like the price, but the Phillies are, I don't want to call the do card here, but with a 3-game losing streak right now, the Phillies not very good. I mean, they should be able to possibly do something here anyway. I'm going to go with the over in this one with the Nationals and the Phillies here today, but let me see what's up going on in the chat with you guys. All right, here we go. And let's see. We do says he's got some burnt money. And Robert says fries and gravy. Is that a thing? Also, Andrew, he doesn't like Pride Month either. All right. Well, you guys, I mean, I don't know. You probably, look, I might be weird or something. Maybe you just don't have some friends who are gay. I don't know. I guess, I got a lot of friends, okay? Here's Cash Kane. He's on the Phillies on the run line here. And a bullpen game for the Nats. The Phillies need this one. Terrell says the Natties over on their team total minus $1.30. 9 Legacy Rangers and under again in that game with he says if the Graham is in and the Nationals there. So am I reading that right? All right, I'm going to take the over in this one with the Nationals and the Phillies today. Let's keep it moving here right now. We got a lot of games to cover. So, all right, the Pirates are on the road taking on the Reds. You got Bubba Chandler. Bubba Chandler's here, ready to go for the Pirates today, taking on Brandon Williamson here. So interesting game here. Williamson pitching here today for the Reds. That's great news for Williamson. He's been shelved here for a while in his career and gets his start back on here. That's good news for him. Definitely he had some woes here. Let me see if I can cover those here a little bit anyway for Brandon Williamson. Getting ready to make the start here. So Lodolo's on the injured list with a finger injury. So Williamson gets to join the rotation here right now. He missed all of 2025 with Tommy John surgery. The left-hander was pretty good for the Reds in the 2 seasons prior to that. But when Lodolo makes his return, I would expect Williamson to stay up with the Reds. I mean, he's been a veteran pitcher, barring the fact that if he's doesn't pitch well, could be sent to the minors, but probably more likely to a long relief role here, but does get to start. We've seen him start plenty of times in the major leagues. It's just that he's been out for a full year. Before that, he had a 4.39 ERA, 1.26 whip, 110 strikeouts in 131 innings over the previous 2 seasons in the major leagues before missing time with TJS here. So let's see how you have it. The Pirates come in here 1-3 right now. The Reds on a 3-game winning streak already here with the 2-1 record against Boston. Then they beat the Pirates yesterday. Both teams are 1-3 to the under here so far this season. You do have the both sides, maybe with some hittable pitching early here, unless Williamson brings something to the table. We know Bubba Chandler is a pretty touted prospect, but I think we've still got to see him develop and work hard here a little bit. The thing is, you've got 2 bottom tier lineups. These 2 teams are probably the worst 2 lineups, or 2 of the worst lineups in the league. They're definitely in the bottom 5, maybe even worse than that. So we'll see. The Pirates top pitching prospect here, the number 3 starter right now in the rotation. Didn't do that well in spring training, but that's all right. Finished pretty well in his call-up there last year. His last 3 starts obviously were very stellar late in the season there. Final 3 starts of last year, 19 strikeouts, no walks, 16 2/3 innings. That's after he had, a few other starts in there, but he really kicked it in gear late in the season and showed what he's made of. So Bubba Chandler here getting his full time here with the Pirates right now, no doubt about it. Let's see how you have it with this one, however. Williamson, I think, has faced some of these Pittsburgh bats. They've actually had a little bit of success against him, but neither bullpen is a great so far. I think the Reds lineup does have some upside here, but only slightly there against Chandler because, he's on the road here. You do have Friedel, McLean, De La Cruz, but again, I just rank these lineups very low here right now. It's just a matter of whether or not the pitching is going to be able to suppress them a little bit with Williamson, also the left-hander, been out of action, but could be effective against this group a little bit. So let me see how you have it here. Maybe there could be some offense here with this one. Total 8.5 right now. So let's see what you got here. I'm going to go to the chat and see what we got. All right. And Cash Kane is on the Pirates money line here. Yeah, let's see here. Irish King says Cincinnati money line and over in this one. Okay, also a little update coming out. Tiger told authority, this is just the ESPN update, he was looking down at his phone and changing the radio station before the crash. Kind of, obviously everyone's going to think that he fell asleep. I mean, he looked like he was half asleep in the mugshot. You saw the picture of him standing over there, right? The car's upside down. Tiger's over there looking like Homer Simpson in the bushes, right? Half resting in the bushes a little bit, like he's going to do the old. So, but that just seeing that update here. Here's Robert on the Pirates first 5. Jimbo's on the Pirates as well. Fernando's here today. He likes the under in this one today with the Pirates and the Reds. Like I said, we definitely have had unders so far with these two teams. Both, like I said, both teams 1 and 3 to the under so far. How will these lineups do though against these guys today? So I'm going to take the Reds in this one in a close toss-up match here. Take the Reds here at home against the Pirates. All right, Nick says he was high as a kite, but he was just changing his phone. You gotta look at your phone. You gotta change the radio station there. And Nine Legacy is gonna take the Reds with me. Nine Legacy and I together on this game. One thing we agree on. All right, and let's keep it moving here in the major leagues today with. Well, got quite a pitching matchup here, huh? Chicago White Sox, Eric Fetty on the mound here. White Sox broke through with a victory yesterday against Miami. It was the 0-3 White Sox against the 3-0 Marlins. Of course, the White Sox won the game there yesterday, and they'll send Fetty on the mound here today to go up against Jansen Junk of the Marlins, $1.45 here, total 8.5 in this one. Like I said, Marlins finally got a win. White Sox finally got a win there yesterday over the Marlins in this one, and they'll come back here with Eric Fetty on the mound, everyone's favorite. But, the Marlins here, Jansen Junk, we've seen him before. There's no newcomer here this year, but, he's been mediocre, I think, for sure. Fetty does have a little bit of a tough matchup with some of these Marlins. He's faced them before with the Marlins having a little bit of success against him. The White Sox bullpen is a disaster, 10-plus ERA, but Fetty can work pretty deep as long as he's being effective. Miami, like I said, does have some hitters against Fetty that have had some success here. So maybe they could get to him a little bit. Let me see if I can read some of those off here if I got them here. Marcy is 2 for 2 with a double against him here. So could be a bullpen mismatch late could drive the late scoring here. Actually, maybe we could see some runs here today between the White Sox and the Marlins. But I don't know. I kind of want to trust these guys a little bit here. I don't think anybody's real fond of them, but at 8.5, let me see, is that the line on the screen here? Yeah, at 8.5 over, I might actually be okay with that. Miami is 1-3 to the under, but the White Sox are 3-1 to the over here. So let's see though what you have in this one, and then I'll maybe make my call here between the White Sox and the Marlins here tonight. All right, and let's see here. We've got let's see. Weed says Cruz is met. Let's see. Here's a play. Cash Kane on the Marlins first 5, and Sox money line here for 9 legacy. And Terrell says Sox over 3.5 on the team total there. Says this is a great hitter's park. Oh man, I kind of want to take the under in this one, you guys. I'm gonna take the under here with the White Sox and the Marlins today. I'm on the under in this one. Yeah. All right, Andrew will pass. This isn't exactly a barn burner. Next up, we have the Rockies on the road, taking on the Blue Jays here. We get rid of that little period in there. And, man, the Rockies blasted yesterday. 13 runs and get their first. Same thing yesterday, right? Rockies were 0-3. The Blue Jays were 3-0. The Rockies came in there and pelted them with double-digit runs yesterday for their first win of the season, 14-5. Over the Blue Jays here in this one. So you got Feltner going up against Max Scherzer here, 265 in this one. Doesn't feel great, but you got to wonder if the Rockies can come back, and it might be in a little bit of a drought after blasting all those runs. They only had 7 runs in their first 3 games overall. So Toronto, meanwhile, was riding that 3-game winning streak. Their offense is probably just fine at this point. Basically, had 8 runs in the wins against Athletics. A couple of other wins, 5-2 and 3-2. Still scored 5 runs yesterday. Just didn't work out for them. Gave up too many runs to this Rockies team. And like I said, kind of Rockies sometimes get off to an okay start and then just fade a little bit. But I still want to trust the Blue Jays here, maybe with Scherzer. Yeah, we're not getting vintage Max all the time, but against Feltner here, Blue Jays, if they bound to bounce back here. Ryan Feltner is getting crushed against some of these hitters. Jansen has good numbers. Varsho good numbers. So Rocky's pen definitely mediocre so far. Toronto's bullpen's also struggling here a little bit at this point. We could end up with some runs, but I still think at 8.5 it might be worth a look on the under here with these two. So that's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to take the under in this one between the Rockies and the Blue Jays. The Rockies are 1-3 to the under so far this season, and I'm going to grab the under. Let's go to the chat, see what we've got from them. And Kane is back on the Blue Jays on the run line today. Andrew Kane is on the over. Nuke says Max at 275. I would probably consider the run line here, but I don't think it'd be a premium or anything. Terrell says team total here, Colorado over. Says looks like a pretty good deal getting all that plus money. Nuke says Blue Jays first 5 full game. Weedo says White Sox and Red Sox on the same ticket and the under. Did it yesterday. Can it do it again here? Are they losing 100 again? I think he's saying, talking about the White Sox there. Okay. Next up, we've got here the A's taking on the Braves. Aaron Savali's on the A's here right now. So, look, they've gone out and got some guys, but right now the A's are 0-4. They're almost at the bottom already here. That's not what you want to see from the Las Vegas A's here right now with Sabali going here in this one. The A's are an underdog. For the Braves here and Suarez, they do have a pitching plan here today. Um, in this one is Suarez is in there right now, but I think in the uh, overall today for the Braves here, it'll be a little bit different here with their pitching. Let me see if I can clean this up a little bit here. For Suarez here, he does get the start with Spencer Strider starting on the injured list right now, but they could get uh, possibly DDA Fuentes could be an opener here, or he may come in after Jose Suarez today. And also maybe Martin Perez also could see action on the mound here today. Suarez has made plenty of starts in his major league career. He's been mostly a reliever, but he has made 62 starts. So we'll see what the plan is for him here. He did pitch for Atlanta 19 games last year. Started their early season or late season here with them, but he did have a 1.86 ERA, 1.29 WHIP late season. But the Braves have all these issues: Strider, Schwellenbach, Waldrep, Smith, Schauber, Wentz, all on the injured list here to start the season. So look, the Braves are probably not suited for a great start here. $1.55. Look, this looks a little bit high, but I kind of like the Braves in this game. It might be a case where I just play them despite the price. Braves are 3-1. A's are 0-4 here. I don't really like it, the game enough here, but these two teams are 1-7 to the under so far this season. Will that continue here, despite maybe some? I don't want to say shaky pitching. I want to give Sabali a chance here. He hasn't been great wherever he goes, but let's see how you guys have it here with this one with Sabali and whatever the Braves are going to do in this one. All right, and it's going to be Jimbo's on the A's here on the run line. Cash Kane likes the A's money line. Greg has it 5-3 Oakland here tonight. So, okay, I'm going to take the Braves. Don't like the price. I think that's why I really don't like it at $1.55. I was talking earlier, did a show earlier, and it was a lower line, but it's definitely, $1.60 here. I'm taking them as my free play just because I do think they are going to win this game, but I don't really like the price at all. I guess if you're playing the price, you got to go with the A's almost. But at 0-4 right now, you got to have some concerns here. The A's did look okay in those first two games against the Jays, but it's just been a little bit of a rough start so far. And Terrell, let's see, says, Greg says we get Ricky Henderson out there. Terrell, Atlanta run line, and A's run line for Andrew. The Angels will take on the Cubs here tonight with the Cubs $1.50 at home over the Angels here. Well, that seems like an okay price here, it feels like, for the Cubs anyway. But you do have Soriano. The Angels have lost 3 straight here right now. Soriano has been out there already, pitched pretty good in that first game of the season, but for the Cubs here, Jameson Taillon makes his first start of the campaign right now. The Angels are 2-3 with that 3-game losing streak. So far, the Cubs, they're 2-2, alternating wins and losses here so far. They're coming off the 7-2 win yesterday over the Angels here. So let's see what you think on this one with the Angels up against the Cubs here. Look, the wind is obviously blowing in here at 7 over right now. Low total probably for a reason. Cubs bullpen pretty stable also. The Angels offense inconsistent at best so far this season, but some of these guys are doing okay. Trout, 353 average. Schownell, 350 average as well so far. But the Cubs don't need many runs here if they're going to win this one. Let me look at the weather here. For going to be some weather, going to be some wind here coming in for sure. 10 to 12 miles an hour, maybe even a little bit stiffer than that. 13, 14 miles an hour in from left. Temperatures in the high 40s here, getting colder throughout the night. There's even a chance that this game could get postponed, but we're really expecting precipitation throughout much of the game here. And so we'll see. I think they'll get it off, but there is some weather conditions here with the Angels and the Cubs here tonight, and that's locked the total here at 7 over here. It looks like at this point, maybe even 7 flat. Right now at a lot of spots. So let's see though what you think here in this one. Still think it could be a very low scoring game, and I'm going to take the under in this one with the Angels and the Cubs, and think that wind is blowing in this one. The Angels are 2-3 to the under here so far this season, so they probably right, or I guess 4-3, 4-2, something in there, and I'll take the under in this one. Let's go to the chat here a little bit. And Andrew K is a big Ricky Henderson fan. And you know who else was a big Ricky Henderson fan? Ricky Henderson. Cash Cane's on the Angels money line. 9 Legacy likes the Braves on the run line here. Irish King. Angels money line. Trout hit a home run. Wow. And Greg says Mike Trout, he's a beast. Until he gets hurt, of course. 9 Legacy, Cubs run line. Robert's on a Nerfy today. We got our first Nerfy action here. And Greg says 4-3 Halos to get the win in an upset. All right. Okay, wow, look at this. We got the Rays here going up against the Braves. You got McClanahan going here for the Rays. All right. It's good that McClanahan is back. Obviously, he's been a very good pitcher. He's set by injuries here for basically 2 straight years right now. For McClanahan, this will be his first major league game since August of 23 after having Tommy John surgery. It wasn't just Tommy John surgery, though. Last year he had a nerve issue that was discovered in his triceps. So, look, McClanahan might not be the durable pitcher that we've seen in the past right away anyway. We'll see. But he is an excellent pitcher when healthy. And, they could have modest expectations, I would think, for him here in his career. 400 innings and an ERA of 3, basically, with a 1.1 whip and a 28% K rate. So, look, he's good when he's good, and he's going up here against Brandon Woodruff. And for Woodruff, he also here, now he did pitch here last year. He missed the first half of the season with an injury. He had shoulder surgery, and it just took him half the season basically to get into form. So he did get injured again later in the year that did sideline him for a little while, but they did take it easy with him this spring for Woodruff here. So let's see what you got, though. 2 pitchers who have been a little bit injured, but McClanahan back. That's good news for the Rays here. Rays have won 2 straight coming into this one. Milwaukee, meanwhile, had their 3-game winning streak snapped as they lost the game yesterday to the Rays, 3-2 in this one. So let's see what you got, though, here between the Rays and the Brewers. Both bullpens have been really good so far through the first 4 games, and really good. Limited offense, though, from some of the lineup here. couple guys doing well. The Rays are going to hit for sure. I've been talking about them big time. Not all of them are hitting. Some of them are struggling. Fraley and Mullins in there, but a lot of these guys, like we said, Diaz already hitting 550, 11 for 20. Aranda 375. Caminero looking pretty good. Simpson looking pretty good as well. So I like what we've seen from the Rays here so far, and I'm going to take them today on the road here. Keep rolling with the Rays at this point. I'll take them today on the road here against the Brewers in this one. I think it still could be tight late. I expect probably a low-scoring game, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Rays here to win over the Brewers. Okay, let's see here. And Greg says he thinks American League hitters are better than National League hitters. Greg says 5-3, but he still goes with the National League team here. 5-3, he says. Terrell says the Brewers going to light up McClanahan. Roberts on the Brewers here. And also, Guido's on the Brewers. Everybody loves Woodruff. Roberts on the under here. Guido says we're going for a sweep already. Okay, I guess I'm on the Rays, though. Next up here, the Mets are taking on the Cardinals with Kodai Senga on the mound here for the Mets, going up against Andre Palante. Mets are $1.60 here. Total is 8 over, maybe 8.5 under here in this one. 8.5 under 15 we got on screen there. St. Louis 2-2 right now. Have lost though 2 in a row. To Tampa Bay and to the Mets. Meanwhile, for the Mets, they won the first game here yesterday 4-2, as we mentioned. They did win their first series as well over the Bucks. So pretty good start for the Mets so far. And they'll have Kodai Senga, though, a little bit of a high price here, maybe even against the Cardinals here. Mets should be the better team, but, Cardinals, all it takes is a good contribution from some of these hitters right now. They've been up and down for sure for the Cards, but you do have Weatherholt still in there hitting 250 until I'm sure he's going to fade a little bit. Burleson 400 here. You got Walker 385 batting average so far. So let's see what you got though in this matchup. Kodai Senga, I think a pretty good matchup against this Cards offense. He's had success against some of these hitters here before. The Mets bullpen's been really good so far this season. So we could be tracking for a possible game here that could be an under here. If they're going to call it at 8.5, I might be more interested in the under here in this one. But let's see what you've got in this matchup here. The Mets coming in with a top 2 or 3 lineup here right now in the majors, I believe, and you're going up against the Cardinals team that I've got them last right now here. So $1.60 on the road. Might have to do it still, but let's see what we got. Maybe I just better go with a total. I don't want to give out too many big favorites here on the show early on and bury myself. Okay, let's see here. Greg says, in general, he thinks the American League is better. St. Louis for Cash Kane. Robert going over here. And Greg has it 5-4 in favor of the Mets. Irish King, St. Louis money line in the over, 9 legacy. Likes the Mets run line. Jimbo says go over in this one. Oh, man, I don't know. I'm going with the under here with Senga and Palante. Give me the under in this one. So far, the Mets are 1-3 to the under. Cardinals are 3-1 to the over. So no problem. Irish King, Jimbo taking the over there. All right, and Hope we're okay on some of these. Again, everyone's going to be going on their second pitcher here after this, so we'll have some data points to talk about with their with their ERAs and everything. So okay, Red Sox though taking on the Astros in a high profile matchup here. Boston though just 1-3 so far now with 3 straight losses. Meanwhile, Houston, they've won 3 straight. Boston lost the final 2 to the Reds, then lost to Houston 6-1, 8-1 yesterday. Houston won 2 of 4 from the Angels after losing the first 2 games of the season, then beat Boston. They're actually 3-2 overall so far. Talking about the Houston Astros. Let's see what you think here with these two here. I think Hunter Brown probably trending well against this lineup. He's had a little bit of success against some of these guys, and the Astros offense in general, maybe with some upside here, although I do have Houston right now ranked in the bottom 10 lineups at this point. Good matchup here for Hunter Brown. Look, he has some distinct advantages over a lot of this Boston lineup, it feels like. Up and down the lineup here, I think that we could see the Astros maybe pelt Bello here a little bit. Let's see what you've got though, and I'll hear from you. $1.45 or so for this favorite here, but might be a little bit high, but I don't know. I think Bello might be in trouble here. What do you guys think? Houston pen is solid. I think the Red Sox could scratch some runs though, and maybe get this one to go over the total. I'm going to go over here with the Red Sox and the Astros here on the Morning Steam show, but I might have to play a favorite here right now in one way or the other. Hello to Textiles in the chat today. Did Cash King go under in this one? Mets don't have a top-heavy lineup, says Terrell right now. And Greg says if it's not 7 runs, he always takes the over. Oh, boy. Jeez. 9 legacy on the Red Sox. And West Up is here. He says the Dodgers are better. I mean, the NL's better because they got the Dodgers. I do see now that DeGrom starting to be announced here on a lot of the betting sites here, putting them in. So DeGrom now about $1.25, $1.30, 8 over 20. We're seeing that now with the DeGrom officially in there. Sharpie just arrived. He might be able to give us a little update on some of those elite starting pitchers today. I don't know if he's got DeGrom in that group anymore, but maybe he does. Or maybe we just like to follow those guys. Sharpie zeroes in on those top pitchers so well. Okay, let's see. Greg here says 4-3. Robert's on a Nerfy. And thank you to Sharpie here. And now I feel nervous. Well, my pick is on the over, so at least I'll just go with that. Give me the over in this one. Okay, next up, the Giants here taking on my Padres. Giants win it yesterday. Held off the Padres for their first win of the season and the first career victory for Tony B of the Giants here as they improved to 1-3. Padres fell to 1-3 in the loss there. Jackson Merrill did hit a home run in the 9th inning to pull them within 3-2, but the Giants were able to get the win there yesterday for their first win. The Giants are 0-3-1 to the under so far this season. The Padres are 1-3 to the under, although they did go over in their only game as an underdog, similar to this role here, it feels like right now. For the Giants here, Logan Webb. The Padres have some success against Logan Webb. Several of these hitters have some decent contacts, some decent numbers against him here. Plus money with the Padres here. Look, the Giants are not looking that great. I know the Padres lost yesterday, but I haven't taken them yet. I did not take. I'm gone against the Padres in every game so far, but I might take him here with Marquez. I made fun of Marquez on a show already this season, as I was kind of bagging on the Padres rotation. And look, it is what it is. They have him in here, and they're going to have to use him. But I don't mind this matchup here. I think I'm gonna take the Padres here for the first time this season. And I think Sharpie there is talking about DeGrom in there. Giants for Cash Kane. Sharpie says he was going to have Brown, but if you have a career day, let's see here. Let me read it right. If a guy has a career day the day before, you got to let it go. When talking about strikeouts, there he'll come back to the means a little bit. Doesn't mean he's going to have a bad game, I think is what Sharpie's saying there. Webb lost to the Yankees, so today he will win, says Greg. And let's see, Irish King's on the Padres. And I think Terrell is too. I'm going to take the Padres here in this one tonight. I'm going to take them as plus money. That's where I want them here, I think. Give me the Padres tonight. Robert's going to take the Giants first 5. All right. Hey, it's nice. The market's here trying to rebound today. We need some of that money. We only lost, like 10 grand over last week. We'll get it back. I've been buying these. I've been buying here this week, so hopefully it works out. I just figure, hey, if the market goes bankrupt here, we're all doomed anyways. Going to be probably a nuclear war. All right, here we go. Jimbo's on the Padres and with me. And McCullers had the career day. Yeah, look, it'd be nice to see McCullers here. Spin that curveball and be healthy for a full year and see what's going on. I can always go join the TSA, right, Terrell? And Greg says Webb to bounce back here. Webb's he's so frustrating sometimes, isn't he? Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't sure on the total here, but I mean, these two teams are total unders so far this season. I was just worried a little bit here that we might finally get some offense, maybe out of the Padres here. The Padres have been rip-roaring with this offense so far, scoring so far in 4 games, just 9 runs in 4 games for the Padres. Meanwhile, the Giants had a whopping 3 runs yesterday to improve their season average to 1 run per game. So I guess the final score today is going to be 2-1 Padres. All right, Giants run line for 9 legacy, and Greg said opening day. Webb. Yeah, we're getting a few of these guys around now, getting on some of these teams. The second start of the season here. So I didn't notice that we use Avatar here, but I notice it now. Has it always been that? And West Up says no more White Castle. Was there White Castle in Vegas? I didn't know that. I go to a place over here. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind a little. Five Guys, but I go to a place over here called R Burger. I like it. R Burger. It's like a knockoff, In and Out type of place. A mom and pop place. But okay, let's keep it going here right now. On the morning steam show, our next game is the Yankees and the Mariners there from last night, and yeah, the Mariners were able to get the walk-off win there 2-1 there in the 9th inning. So here's Max Fried. Talk about the guys making kind of a roundabout here, and Logan Gilbert. Both these guys have been in there already so far. So we did see Fried there look pretty good, obviously, in that first game. And we've also seen Logan Gilbert here so far. Didn't look as good, but did strike out 7 with an 0.94 whip in that opener anyways here for the Mariners here. They are currently 3-2 right now with a 2-game winning streak. The Yankees here also 3-1 right now. So, good teams here so far. Uh, Playoff caliber matchup here with playoff caliber pitching. So let's see what you've got uh, here in this one with the Yankees taking on the Mariners tonight in Seattle. Both bullpens have been good, particularly the Yankees. The Mariners actually have kind of given some back, I do believe, here of late, but still, I believe the Yankees, are they perfect so far? Seattle's bullpen ERA has gone up to 4, but not too worried about that. Yes, the Yankees are one of 2 teams that have not allowed a run yet. Who's the other one? The Dodgers. And then Texas, good bullpen, Miami, good bullpen. After 4 or 5 games, these are still early numbers, but there's no doubt I think we can look at them here and start to determine a little bit where these bullpens are headed this season. I think we got another great matchup here. Pitching, probably low scoring here between these two. I mean, so far the Yankees are 0-3-1 to the under so far this season, but let's see what you got here. Yankees and Mariners. I'll go to the chat and see what you got. We're making pretty good time here right now, it feels like, with the baseball. All right, we're in here. Here come the comments. Okay, In-N-Out sucks, says Terrell. It's pretty good, man. The one thing about the In-N-Out burger is the consistency, right? I mean, I don't want to compare it like to McDonald's kind of, but when you know what you're going to get. You're going to get the same taste every you know that taste is going to be there. Cash Game says Yankee money line and under 9. Legacy on the Yankees here. Robert's on the under. He's on the Yankees. Greg says 5-2 Yankees. Wow. Woo. Greg's got this one big time. James Parm is here, and he's got the Yankees. And West Up says In-N-Out is fresh. I get a double, but only I get no lettuce, tomato, no onion. I get a mustard grill. That's when they put the mustard, I think, on it, and then they grill it. And I also get extra toast, which means the bun is a little bit cooked a little bit longer, put on the grill a little bit longer. So it's got a little bit of crunch on the bun. All right, Yankees there for Jimmy. Terrell likes Carl. Carl's I'll say underrated there. Carl's. And I think we is telling me to drink some water. I need some water here. Hey, we got some steam. What's going on here? We got some hockey steam. All right. Canadians and Lightning steam to the over right now here on the morning steam. This one was 6/20, but I think we're going up to 6.5 here with Montreal and Tampa Bay. Some NHL steam on the show. How about that, everybody? Did I make my call yet here? I said we're going to get a low-scoring game, and I mean it. Give me the under here with the Yankees and the Mariners again here. I got to think under if it was under yesterday. Jimmy talking about the Wendy's. I get I'm a Baconator. I just get a Baconator. And but usually I get the baked potato. With no fries, go with baked potato. Okay, did I get all the comments there in this one? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Next game up here. Just got a couple left in the major leagues. There's only 14 games today. The teams that made their home, Kansas City gets the day off there after their home opener yesterday. Save the opening night tickets in case it rains out. You have the Tigers here taking on the Diamondbacks with Casey Mize and Brandon Pfaadt. We've been making fun of Pfaadt for years, but here he is again in the rotation. And Casey Mize, not a great matchup here pitching-wise, but maybe you could like these guys a little bit here. I imagine the offense is going to come out to play. However, in this one, Casey Mize does have a little bit of a history with some of these bats, and Arizona's offense probably in a pretty decent position, it feels like, here against Mize coming into this one. I've got Arizona, not a great lineup so far, but I certainly have them in the top 10. Not great meaning of their numbers here, but some of their guys are coming through. Carroll's at 267 right now. Uh, Moreno's looking pretty decent here, but Arenado not there yet. Vargas is pretty good so far, but I'm rating Arizona inside the top 10 for sure offensively, and do have some of these guys on the Tigers maybe in good position. Gleyber Torres, Torkelson also, and Dingler as well. So I think we could see some runs here in this game with Detroit and Arizona tonight. Let's see how you guys have it in this one. Look, Arizona's bullpen is kind of mid, if you know what I mean. So I think we could see some runs here with these two teams. I know the Sharps maybe prefer the under, but I'm going to take the over here with Detroit and Arizona tonight. Give me the over in this one. For Detroit right now, Colt Keith is looking real good. And, of course, McGonigal. Is he the real deal, this guy, McGonigal? Dingler also looking good. Dingler is a guy that I'm going to look to target on the props here, I think, a little bit today. And I think that'll do it for that one. Let me go to the chat here. Okay. Terrell said ever since Dave died, Wendy's has gone down. All right, Nine Legacy loves his buns toasted. Greg Gibson here says 6-4 Arizona. And good Tommy's Burger there, West Up. Yeah, boy. Talk about toasting your buns. Nine Legacy on the Diamondbacks. Robert's on the Tigers here, though. Cash Kane likes the Tigers. AOD is here. All right, I'm going over in this one. Greg says Arizona will be good for the win here. Hey, you got to pick 'em game, so thank you, AOD. All right, one more in the major leagues. Might as well roll Shohei Ohtani out there. They've been, saving him. They've been afraid to use him because, he's probably not any good. Dodgers are 3-1 coming in here right now. Wins over Arizona in that sweep, but they lost yesterday to Cleveland. Never got it going. Cleveland scored early, held on. Good pitching, man. Cleveland, watch out, man. Cleveland here. Now Tanner Bybee on the mound here in this one. Like I said, pretty good matchup, man. Tanner Bybee. He was out there already this year. Wasn't great in that first game, although he did strike out 7 there, but wasn't great in that first one, but still big underdog here. Look, with Ohtani, it's going to be hard to keep me off the Dodgers, but I don't want to do this too often. I mean, I'm almost having a little bit of Dodger regret, but they better come back and win one here. But, getting the price here, you're getting at $2 with this Cleveland team or maybe a run line. But I think after the loss, I think the Dodgers come back, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Dodgers on the run line. Maybe I'm just doing it because, hey, the Dodgers are so good, and I'm going to hate them in the end. Okay, here we go. Nine Legacy says Dodgers money line and Ohtani over 1.5 bases. LALB Dodgers to smash. I think that's the way I'm leaning here. And We Do, I think, is on Marte over 1.5. He's also on Corby Carroll. Robert's going with the under here in this one. Yeah, I think in the matchup here anyway. We got some steam coming in. Let me get this out. We've already covered all the games. It's going against me here. Rangers and Orioles, steam to the over in this one. It's going up to 8.5 here. We said it was 8 over, and it's going to 8.5 right now. Steam to the over with the Rangers and the Orioles. All right, so yeah, Dodgers here. so far. Two up and two down on the over unders. Cleveland 3-2 to the over, but I'm going to take the Dodgers here minus the run and a half. Take the Dodgers. Okay, and we also saw some steam come in on. I thought there was no. Okay, we got them all. Okay, that's it for baseball. Thanks everybody for that. Jimmy's on the under in the Dodgers game. I'll have some premium plays here tonight. Hey, just announced here news from golf this week. Daniel Berger, not Jake Berger, not In-N-Out Burger, not Whataburger, but Daniel Berger. Maybe it has something to do with that, but he has withdrawn here from the Valero Open this week. You know, Valero Open does get some withdrawals with the Masters the next week. But we'll see here. We're going to be, can't wait for the Masters, but we got one more week of PGA this week. All right, West Up says 5-1 Dodgers to rock. Greg's got him too, 6-3 here, boy. Okay, that's it for baseball. Man, it's great to have baseball going. Wish there was day games today. Let's go to the NBA here right now and take a look at our card here with the Suns taking on the Magic here in this one. Suns on the road. Look, this is an interesting game here, really, for me. If you just look at these teams on the surface, I think you'd have to default to the Suns. There's been so good against the number here of this season. They've won 2 in a row. Suns are 46-29 against the spread, 23-13 against the spread on the road, and 23-16 against the spread as an underdog. This is the Phoenix Suns' best role. Gary Woodland here also will not play after his great win. And man, what a story here. Listening to Woodland talk about his brain surgery and what he's had to overcome here. And, you can be an athlete here, even if it's golf. You got to think that Gary Woodland, I mean, talk about working hard and recovering from that brain surgery and winning the golf tournament last week. It was a nice story there. He withdraws, though, this week. You win, you're getting ready to go to the Masters. I'm not going to go out to the Valero, Texas Open. Okay, so let me talk about Phoenix here a little bit, try to pump them up here possibly. I think I'm going to take the total, but just want to, Phoenix is a better spread team overall with those records for sure. Like I said, strong on the road, strong as a dog. They are 0-8 against Orlando against the spread in the last 8 meetings. Suns are also just 1-4 straight up on the road. But Orlando's been losing games too. They've been not playing good defense. The scores have been high, 9 of the last 12 over. So I know a lot of people, this could be a buy low spot here on Orlando that does need to needs to get some wins here if they're going to move up in the standings. They're going to the postseason. They're in 8th place, but they've got to hold on. They're actually just percentage points ahead of the Heat here. And so we have right now 8 games left in the season. We know who's in. We're just trying to battle for position. That could be a little bit tricky too because, yes, you would like to get the 7 or 8 seed. I know they know more than I've been talking about it, right? They know you need that 7 and 8. I think it's even more prevalent to the players than just me talking about it from a gambling perspective or just my NBA perception in general, talking about that 7 and 8 like I have for the last 2 weeks. But I'm going to go under here in this one. Phoenix is 17-21 to the under as a dog. The trends pretty much say over here, but I'm going to go with the under in this one. A little bit of the eye test. Nikolai Hogard, he has also withdrawn. He had a pretty good week last week. He withdraws from the PGA Valero Texas Open. Man, we're getting a lot of these announced here by the PGA this morning. I imagine we might get a few more.
Critical notice.
Pearson Cootie, another guy who's been pretty hot here, or playing pretty well anyway. He has withdrawn here prior to the start of the PGA Bolero Texas Open. Stand by. We're going to get more. All right, give me the under here in this one. Let's go to the chat here with Phoenix and Orlando. And there's Kelly. She said, "Why'd you mention Tark the Shark? Why did Greg mention Tark the Shark out of nowhere? He died quite a while ago, actually, Kelly. And he did have the towel. You know, he bit the towel too. He'd wear the towel, but the towel was wet, and he would bite on the towel during the games just to keep his, I think, mouth unparched, kind of like me right now." But and I will say this: yesterday or 2 days ago, I was driving on Jerry Tarkanian Way, Orlando on the spread. Good morning to Kelly. Greg says 5-2 at best for the Dodgers. We do says hockey sticks over. He's got Phoenix. Greg's got 113 to 110. Says Phoenix in the under for Greg. Weedu says, easy dunk 8-teamer, 24 first half unders to full game overs. I have no idea what he's talking about, but Irish King Phoenix money line. If everyone plays, Phoenix will win, but will everyone play, right? That's a big question in every game here right now. As far as the injury report's concerned, Mark Williams questionable, Highsmith questionable, Dylan Brooks probable, Grayson Allen is probable here. Jonathan Isaac is out for the Magic. Still, it's only been 3 weeks. Remember that, Terrell? It looked like a done deal, but then all of a sudden it wasn't, and probably for the best. It wouldn't have worked out. All right, and let's see here. Greg says it'll be 113, 110. Magic, 113, 111. Okay, I'll take the under. Charlotte Hornets are taking on the Brooklyn Nets. The Hornets are favored here by 16 points. We're in the tankathon here. The Nets have actually been covering a few in the tankathon. I don't like them in this spot in the tankathon, though. Not with Charlotte coming off of a couple of losses. Like I said, they are in 10th place, trying to pass either the Heat or the Magic or somebody to get out of those bottom 2 spots. That's, as good as the Hornets have been, they're still in 10th place. Lost 2 in a row. They've been going up and down, right? They've been losing a few, like 2 or 3 games, and then having to win them back. As good as they've been with that long winning streak, all of a sudden it's kind of been mediocre here. And look, it's going to be, if they win a series, it'll be, or if they advance into the postseason, out of the play-in, that'll be great. Look, it's exciting that those bottom teams played so well. I think it's going to make the play-in tournament in the Eastern Conference actually pretty cool. But laying 16 here, I'm probably going to lay it actually in the tankathon. In this one, I'm probably going to go with it here. Charlotte is still hot no matter how you look at it. They've won 13 of their last 18. The number, of course, is inflated for the tankathon, so it's only going to be a free pick here if we do it. But Brooklyn has covered 5 of their last 6, and 5 straight unders for Charlotte. That makes 16 points that much more valuable. You got to think possibly this is a big-time under with these 2 teams, though. These teams are massive unders. Charlotte, 28-47 to the under. Under as away favorites all the time here, 16-21 to the under on the road. But Brooklyn, 30-39 to the under as an underdog, although 18-18 over under at home. Still Brooklyn under in 8 of their last 10 games coming in. I'm going to go ahead and take Charlotte in the tankathon because I'm playing this under here later on somewhere down the line. But I'm going to take Charlotte here in the tankathon right now in this one to win and cover. Charlotte has lost 9 of the last 13 against Phoenix. They've covered 5 of 7 overall, have the Charlotte Hornets here right now, but Brooklyn's lost 10 of 11, but even though they, like I said, even though they have struggled here, they're 5-1 ATS. 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone under. Charlotte's gone under in 5 straight, and Brooklyn's gone under in 8 of their last 10. Here we go with some plays here in this one. Charlotte wins here for Kelly, but maybe they won't cover. And let's see here. Legacy says best time to bet against the Hornets coming up a couple losses, and they need to win. They're not comfortable though. Brooklyn Nets to cover. Okay. Greg says Phoenix will win. Weedo says who are the top picks in the draft that they would be tanking for? A lot of talk about Darren Peterson, obviously. I think also Debanza, also, and I know everybody says, Cam Boozer looks like a college player out there, but I like the makeup of Boozer actually for the NBA. Caleb Wilson, Kingston Fleming's also possible. Darius Akup could be going to the NBA. Not all these guys are seniors, but, if you're ready to get the money, maybe Burries of Arizona as well. And Wagler of Illinois. So it looks like a pretty good draft class, I guess. Okay, Greg says 120-99. Kelly says a bad team steal the first quarter, take that plus money. They're getting enough, right? And the first quarter, you got that energy. You always, even if you're a big dog, you kind of hang in there a little bit early and only fall late. Kelly said, great observation there. Greg says, don't let Vegas trick you into those points. Take Charlotte to the woodshed. He says, they're coming off the Philly game. Brooklyn's in trouble. Well, Brooklyn's, they're not doing anything. I guess they are in trouble. All right, I'm going to keep it moving here right now with the Knicks and the Rockets in a good one here with the Knicks on the road. Taking on Houston in Houston here makes it a little bit tricky here right now. Yeah, the Knicks are looking good. The Rockets have had their ups and downs, but still Knicks on the road here trying to hold off the Cavs for third place. I don't know if they're going to catch the Celtics now, but they're going to get a top 4 playoff position, that's for sure. The Rockets, meanwhile, they're also mired in a battle here for the 5th seed. Mostly it's kind of between the Wolves and the Rockets for the 5 and the 6 here right now. These teams could move a little bit up and down, maybe get involved for another position or fall down to another position. But for the most part, it feels like the Wolves and the Rockets will finish 5, 6, or vice versa here. So let's see what you guys have here in this one, though, with the Knicks. They've won 7 of their last 9. They do dominate this matchup. It is an interconference matchup, so they just meet twice a year. But Knicks are 10-2 straight up in their last 12 against Houston. Houston just 2-8 against the spread in their last 10, consistently overpriced. It feels like all season with Houston, although they are 5-4 as a dog ATS. Despite the recent Houston overs, the series is under in 4 of the last 5. This one could be a little bit in the style of the Knicks here, it feels like. And to me, that style is a little bit more sets, a little bit more half court here in this matchup. And I'll probably be on the under here. Houston is 12-23 to the under at home, and 3-6 to the under as an underdog. Also, Knicks are 17-22 to the under on the road. So I'm going to take the under in this one with the Knicks and the Rockets. Give me the under here at 217. in the chat. We've got 9 Legacy on the Rockets. Robert McCormick, though, is on the Knicks. Kelly says Houston's been playing in a lot of games. Take Knicks and under. And Greg has it the Knicks, an easy win by 4 here in this one on the road. Thank you, Greg. All right, next up is the Raptors and the Pistons here. Oh, boy. You know, the Pistons played late last night in overtime in OKC, and they lost the game. Meanwhile, the Raptors have already been in Detroit waiting for them to get there, riding a 2-game winning streak. So they're almost a home team rest-wise here. But see here with the Detroit, it might have been a demoralizing loss last night there. They played so well against the Thunder, but couldn't prevail. Thunder got the win. Detroit coming in here right now with wins in 2 of their last 3. They did cover the spread there last night. Toronto, meanwhile, 17-13 against the spread as an underdog here. It's really kind of their best role for Toronto here. This one could be a low score. You've got the Toronto here, 13-24 to the under on the road. Detroit, 27-33 to the under as a favorite here. Detroit, obviously, top tier team. I don't know if we were looking at the NBA Finals there last night. It might be a good one. I mean, yeah, you might say Oklahoma City would be favored over Detroit, but Detroit played that game so well, you'd think they'd have a chance to come up with some wins in there. Toronto's been solid. This is a strong home team edge here, but I kind of want to take the Raptors here. I feel like this is more their role right now. Detroit, 28-33 against the spread as a favorite. Pistons seem very reliable in tight spreads, but remember, they played late last night, got to get on the plane, travel all the way back home. Yes, they'll be in their home bed, but the Raptors have been here waiting. Maybe this total could lean here to the under in this one. I would think so. Toronto, 28-46 to the under. Detroit, 27-33 to the under as a favorite. Toronto, 13-24 to the under on the road. So I think probably a low score, but I'm going to take the Raptors here plus the points. We'll see how Phoenix is affected by the little bit of travel there late night. Okay, here we go. Robert's on the under. And Kelly says Cunningham. Oh, boy. Oh, wow. Is that right? Is that breaking news here this morning? Oh, my goodness. That's just awful news there, if that is indeed the case. Thank you, Kelly. Boy. I didn't hear that yet, so that does sound terrible. I thought the hope was that he could return, but I guess not. So really a bummer there if Cunningham's not going to be back here for the postseason. But let's see if I can see what there is. But I'll have to look into it later. I can't find any news right now on that. But thank you to Kelly there for that that news. That's tough news right now. I'd like to get a little confirmation on that. I'm looking here right now. I can't. What am I missing here? Did I? Like I said, there's definitely the talk was, it's going to be tough to come back from a collapsed lung, and there were kind of like different levels of collapsed lung. So I was just hoping that he could make it back, but they've been great without him. Don't get me wrong, but you're not going to do it without this guy long term. They've had some good games without him here, but I don't think you're going to be able to do without him here a little bit. So, okay, well, that's bummer news there. I can't find anything on it. So, okay. All right, here we go. I think we have some more comments from the crew here on this game. Raptors money line. The Raptors need to make Barnes here give him the ball on the point. Greg says 111, 108. Revenge game for Toronto. Nine legacy. Oh, he's still talking about that there. Detroit's going to be drained, Greg says. And Weedu says, just play it Bovada. Nine legacy says, two big men, power forward and center. Okay. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm going to go with the Raptors here in this one on the road. All right, we're skipping Dallas and Milwaukee for obvious reasons, and we're going to the Cavaliers and the Lakers here. Man, Lakers only favored by 2 in this one over the Cavaliers. What gives? Should there be caution or concern? Now, look, the Cavs are great. We know that. They can come in here and give the Lakers a battle. Teams almost have similar records. So Cleveland here has won 2 straight, and Lakers have won 3 straight right now. Cleveland wins over Utah and Miami. Lakers here, 3 straight wins here. And they did just cover a big number again. They've done a nice job covering big spreads. They did fail against Brooklyn in a 17-point win lane, 18.5. Not going to fault them too much there. But then they blasted Washington last time out. So, look, the Cavaliers are 16-21 against the spread on the road, 3-7 against the spread in their last 10. Lakers have been clicking 28-18 against the spread as a favorite here. Lakers 4-game spread losing streak, however, despite that. They beat Washington. They covered against Washington for sure, but Cleveland, you might consider them undervalued, but to me, they just have a trouble covering. So how are they going to even win this game against the Lakers? I think I'm going to go over as my play, though. However, you got the Lakers here 21-16 to the over at home. The Cavs are 21-16 to the over on the road. I'm going to take the over here, 236. In this one, I think both teams will be capable of scoring here all the way. And late night over here with the Cavs and the Lakers. Nine legacies on the Cavs here. And I think Weedo is going over here. Greg was talking about Toronto there and the bad teams there a little bit. And we move on. Trailblazers and Clippers in this one. And got the Clippers at home against Portland. Portland's been doing very, very well here. They've won 3 of 4 right now. And would like to see them keep going. They've covered all those. Clippers, meanwhile, winning streak, yes. Cover streak, no. They've failed to cover each of their last 2 games coming into this one right now. But for the Clippers here, they've won 5 straight, 8-2 against the spread. Their last 10 at home. Clippers 2-5 against the spread in their last 7. Portland gets dominated in this series. The Clippers have won 14 of their last 15 games against the Portland Trailblazers. Clippers dominate these guys also, 13-7 ATS in the last 20. Portland has gone here 6-2 straight up in their last 8 games overall, and Portland also 4-2 against the spread in their last 6. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Yes, we've talked about the Clippers and their overs since the trade, but I don't know. This one, to me, with going up against Portland, feels like it's going to be a low one. But I'm going to take the Clippers here to win and cover. Clippers 20-16 to the over at, 20-16 ATS at home, and Portland 17-21 ATS on the road. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Clippers here, minus the points against Portland tonight. Portland, yes. Again, every team, we know who's in, so it's not the end of the world. Portland definitely needs to move up here if they're going to really have any legitimate chance in the West. They are in 9th place here currently, a game and a half behind these Clippers. So big game if Portland can get it. If not, the Clippers are going to end up leading them here by 2.5 games. So they'll be moving closer to securing that 8th spot in the play-in tournament. It's turning out to be an important spot, but it looks like it's going to be a spot for the Clippers in the 8 slot, a slot. Let's see what you got here right now in this one. We've got Greg says here it's 120 to 117 home team Lakers. And also Greg in there, it says 117 to 110. I guess that's it for the NBA, huh? All right, well, we'll move on. We've got some hockey. We've got some hockey here. We've got plenty of hockey here with a big card. And let's get to it here tonight. We're going to preview 9 of the 10 games, Devils and Rangers. Apologies. Let's go to the NHL. And start it off with Dallas Stars here going up against the Bruins in this one. And look at this. The Bruins here, a slight underdog to the Stars. Look, Stars have been great, but the Bruins have been incredible at home. Why aren't they taking that? Are the Stars, I mean, look, I guess if you're going to say that a team can come in and beat the Bruins, it might be a very, very strong team like the Dallas Stars, but no one can stop the Bruins, right? I mean, come on, they're still doing it here. So let's see, though. You got Swayman going up against Ottinger here in this one for the Bruins here. They've won 15 of their last 17 at home, 5 of their last 6 overall. Dallas has lost 12 of the last 16 meetings to these guys, and also they're 1-5 in their last 6. Looks like a bargain here for Boston to even money against Dallas. Dallas can turn it on at any time, probably get a win if they, I don't want to say so choose. Like I said, this has been a great run for Boston here right now. Always winning at home. Why wouldn't they do it again? Let's hear from you guys in the chat, but we're ready to go here in the hockey segment. And I'll cover it here. Let me bring up my notes here a little bit. All right, here we go. All right. For Boston here, like we said, Dallas pretty cold. They're trending under for sure because they're not getting the goal scoring. Boston, the 15-2 home run, the recent 5-1 run. Also head-to-head, it's pretty much Boston, like we said here. Now, the total might be leaning over, it feels like, especially with Boston's kind of pace right now and the matchup history between the two teams. I always say they only play twice, but when they do, you have 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over. So I'm going to take Boston, though, here in this one. Give me the Bruins at home. Even money, I'll take Boston. All right, let's see here. Weedu says Stars all in a parlay. He likes the over in Boston. Bobby's on the over. Greg says 3-2. And also welcome to Fergie Ferg 2 times. Likes Boston and Geeky to score a goal. And let's see here. 9 Legacy says Dallas Stars money line. Boston Bruins on the puck line. And Honda 4 shot on goal, I think is what that is. I'll take the Bruins here. Let's go next up. We're skipping the Devils and the Rangers, and we're going to the Red Wings and the Penguins here. Red Wings on the road. Looks like a little bit of a pick 'em here. Maybe the Penguins are just slightly favored. Detroit's lost 3 of 4 coming in right now. They did beat Buffalo, but losses to Boston, Ottawa, and Philadelphia. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh here, they did beat the Islanders yesterday, as we said, 8-3. Crushed them in that one. Maybe we'll get more goals here with these two teams. Pittsburgh's been an over team pretty much all season until a little bit here of late. They've kind of reversed that, but still, Pittsburgh over in 12 of their last 13 games, over in 10 of the last 13 against Detroit, over in 5 of their last 6 at home, over in 5 of their last 6 at home against Detroit. Detroit has gone under in 7 of their last 10. They're also just 2-5 straight up in their last 7 against Pittsburgh here. So let's see how you have it. Red Wings have not had a great series against Pittsburgh necessarily, but more so we talked about maybe those totals there and what it means in a game like this. Colin Morikawa has retired prior to the start, or withdrawn prior to the start of the Texas Open. It's only Tuesday. This one does always have a lot of withdrawals, no doubt about it. I think you register and you're like, I'll play if I really need to, if I'm not playing well before Augusta. You notice all the names so far that have withdrawn are all guys that are playing pretty well here early on to start the season. All right, Pittsburgh also, Detroit also just 4-8 coming in here against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the last, just 4-8 overall. Let's see what you guys have here with the Red Wings on the road here, taking on the Penguins. All right, let's see. 9 Legacies on Pittsburgh. Robert's on Detroit. I'm on Detroit as well. Give me Detroit. Weedu's going to take Detroit. Greg says 4-3 Detroit. I'm going with Detroit in this one too. Give me Detroit over Pittsburgh on the road. Next up, the Senators are taking on the Panthers. NHL action here for Tuesday night. Pretty big favorite here for the Senators. I don't know if you really want to trust them at this price, but nonetheless, they were winners of a little bit of a winning streak for losing their last 2 games, and they're taking on a Florida team here that is definitely back to some losing ways. It's long been over for Florida, but it's even more over now this season for the Panthers. For the Florida Panthers here in this one, Ottawa's definitely the team that is in better form. It's just $1.75 is pretty tough to want to consider, but might be numbers versus history clash. Florida's owned them with 7 straight at home, so maybe under is a better play here. The teams trend over, but I wouldn't want to do that. I'd probably prefer to go under if I were going to take the total, but I think let me look at that Florida puck line. It's probably a little bit too high for me to take seriously, but Florida's, it's $1.75 here. Wow. Ottawa's looking pretty good, man. $1.75 is not come. I'm going to take the under in this one with Ottawa and Florida. Give me the under here. Like I said, I kind of want to take Ottawa, but this $1.75 or so. Yeah, even $1.80. Let me go to the chat. See what the comments have to say. Okay. Hello to Fergie in there. Haven't heard much anything on NHM. He's just rambling pretty much, right? Let's see here. 9 Legacies on the Senators puck line, and Cash Cane's on the Senators money line. And let's see here. Weedu says 9-3 Red Wings. Wow. Cash Cane says let the Devils money line camp back on the Rangers. I've won 2 straight at home this year. Hope I got that right. Probably didn't, but okay. In this one with Ottawa and Florida, I'll take the under because maybe that price will go down and I can, $1.60 I'm in. I'm probably in anyways on Senators, but we'll see. Okay, next up, Canadians and the Lightning here in this one. I would expect goals maybe here in this one with these two, with Carolina here on the road against Tampa Bay right now. I mean, Canadians on the road against Tampa Bay. Montreal's on a pretty good winning streak here right now, crushing everybody in its path. Montreal's won 5 straight. 2-7 though, last 9 against Tampa Bay. Montreal's gone under in 8 of their last 11. Tampa Bay's gone over in 6 of their last 8. 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone over. The Steam came in on the over as well, as we mentioned a short time ago. So I'm just going to take the over here in this one. Give me the over with Montreal and Tampa Bay. I'll take the over in this one. I changed my card here a little bit, though. Just because the increased price there a little bit. Tampa's won 15 of their last 19 at home, 6 of their last 8 overall coming in. Montreal, though, is, like I said, the hotter team for sure in this matchup right now. Tampa's dominant at home, as we said. Montreal, they're hot. This is kind of a step up in class again. Every time they've kind of stepped up, doesn't always go their way, but I'm gonna go with the over just to be sure. All right, Cash Cane, Canadians, Sprinkle, and the OT, and also Weedo says he's got Fowler in there today. Oh, so do I there. And Cash Cane says regulation correct score. Also, that's it. That's it from you guys. And I will take the over here in this one with the Canadians and the Lightning. After I add on that half a goal. All right, here we go. Islanders taking on the Sabres. Here you've got the Islanders, a big dog here to Buffalo, but we know how good Buffalo's been, and can they get back to their winning ways? They did win last time out, snap a 3-game winning streak as they beat Seattle 3-2. Well, they weren't great in that game, but finally they got it done. Meanwhile, here for the Isles, they come in having won 2 of 3, did lose to Pittsburgh last time out. Looks like you got Rittich going up against Luukkonen here in this one. And for the Islanders here, they've lost 5 of their last 7 meetings against Buffalo overall. Islanders just 1-8 in their last 9 on the road against Buffalo. Buffalo dominates them here. 9 of the last 11 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Probably should go under here too. You got Buffalo here. 35 and 39 to the under. Islanders, though, 16 and 23 to the under here. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Sabres here on the puck line today. Give me the Sabres minus 1.5 over the Islanders. All right, we'll see what the comments are saying here. We got Cash Cane on the Islanders here. And Robert's on the under. Hello to Robert. All right, a few more here, and then the show will be over. We got the Flyers and the Capitals here in this one. Capitals are favored at home, $1.30, and the total here 5.5. It does feel like like it's supposed to be a very low-scoring game. I think the projections say it. I think everyone's kind of pointing that way. You could be a contrarian here and take it over, but nonetheless, here with the Flyers on the road in this one. Let me get this straight here. There we go. Too many games starting right at the 7:07 time block, huh? Washington's won 4 of its last 6. Philadelphia 8 straight wins on the road. Philly just 2-7 in their last 9 against Washington. They've won 6 of their last 7 coming in. Philly's gone under in 15 of 20 Washington's gone under in 14 of 18, and 9 of the last 10 at home here for Washington actually have gone under. So 4 of the last 5, as I said, under here as well, but still seems like an increased number, a little bit inflated number here with Philadelphia right now. Let's see what you guys have, if anything. And here we go in the chat. Okay. Kelly says important games here. You got to look at the third period. When you pick the net games, don't go OT. Teams win or lose usually, right? I would say this year, now I'll try to do the research on this in last week of the season. I'd say empty net goals are down this. Do we know? Does anybody know? I would say empty net goals are down dramatically. We did see yesterday one there in a late game, but hi, Dylon's in the chat there today. Good to see Dylon. Robert's on the Flyers here. Cash Kane says Sabres coming off that skid, and he's going to be on the Islanders there. Kelly likes the under there, Philadelphia and Washington. Cash Kane. Philly's on the money line. Also, somebody's got to win there, says Cash Kane. And Hunter, Greg says 3-2 Buffalo. Also here, Cash Kane lamenting the Philly teams there a little bit. We do, let's see, Kelly says the goalies pulled early, teams in playoff chases. Greg says 4-1. Dylon says certain teams getting empty netters. He said check that as well. We know there's going to be empty netters, but it just seems like the defense is a little more staunch at the end, trying to just save every last moment. You can't give up another one. We know that's a recipe for the end of the game, basically. So, all right, Flyers and Capitals here with those. I'm going under here in this one with Flyers and the Capitals today. Definitely going to go under tonight with these two. Like I said, it feels like extreme under heavy with both teams trending that way and Washington suppressing the goals at home. Yes, Philly's road streak has to be considered pretty real, but I'm going to go with the over here in this one. A couple more here right now. Hurricanes taking on the Blue Jackets tonight in Columbus. Hurricanes on the road, $1.25 in this one. And Carolina comes in here with a 46-21-8 record. Columbus, 38-24-12. They've definitely done a pretty good job. They're one of those teams that doesn't play very well in the overtime or the shootout. But nonetheless, Columbus struggling here with 3 straight losses. Carolina has lost 2 of 3. Carolina's kind of a top-tier team, and Columbus, we're still waiting for them a little bit. They're fading a little bit here, but they're on the road. Carolina is as a short favorite here in this one, and Columbus is 13-25 as an underdog this year. Everything kind of points to Carolina for me, and I'm going to take the Carolina Hurricanes here as my play. Give me Carolina in this one. All right, let's see. Weed says Stars 1-0 shutout. And also, Cade says the Blue Jackets. All right, fair enough. All right, couple more here right now. We got the Jets taking on the Blackhawks with Connor Hellebuck. Look, this one maybe running out of time here for the Jets. We get one last chance. They're only 3 points back of Nashville right now. They need it bad. They're at a reasonable price. It's not $1.15 though, is it? No, it's $1.50. Sorry about that. It'd be all over the Jets. 150. Oh, did we have them in the total in there? 6 under 15. There we go. Okay.
Final.
All right, there we go with this matchup between Winnipeg and Chicago. Here, look, for Winnipeg, they own this matchup. Chicago's also collapsing 1-5 in their last 6. The Jets' road struggles are kind of priced in, I think. That would maybe give you a little bit of a discount if you are on the Jets, because I think they should be favored by more than $1.50. But Chicago's been okay at home in some games of late. So could be an under kind of mismatch here with the Jets coming in here, but the Jets should win. They better win. They're favored to win, and I'm going to take the Jets to win here at minus $1.55 or so against the sad sack Blackhawks. They need it. If the Jets lose this one, they're already pretty much toast, but they will really be toast when they drop this one. So I'll take them, give them a chance here to stay alive, barely staying alive right now as we're running out of games in this season. All right, one more and the show's over. Thank you, everybody. It's going to be the Kraken. Let's get Kraken. Taking on the Oilers here. Joey Decord in net for the Seahawks. For the Kraken. I'll wait till the Supersonics come back. Seattle here coming in off of a loss last time out to Buffalo. Edmonton, meanwhile, with 3 straight wins against Utah, VGK, and Anaheim. So good finish here for Edmonton. And look, $1.85. They should be able to handle the Kraken here. Yes, there's a little bit of BVP here that's going to be taken into consideration, I think, in this game. But I think I might just prefer the Oilers myself. Yeah, I'm going to take the Oilers on the puck line here in this one. That's it for the Morning Steam Show. Thank you, everybody. Had a great time. We're going to do the drawing right now, and then we'll get on out of here. Oh, let me get your plays here for the last one. Kraken here for Cash Kane. Robert's on the over. Greg says 3-2 Jets in that game. So thanks a lot, everybody. Let's hear from Mikey Money. We'll do the drawing, and then the show's over. Mikey, where are you?
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, don't forget, we got Sharky and Mike coming up top of the hour with their baseball preview. Then we'll download. I'm going to try to capitalize on those two guys, and I'm going to show VB MMA picks right after that. That'll be great programming here today on the channel. So get ready for the baseball show with the guys here in just a few moments, previewing today's great card for tonight's action. Let's do the drawing here right now and get ready to watch the show with Mikey and Sharky here. Here we go with the drawing today to get that 1 month of winnable plays from me. I hope you'll take advantage of it. Remember to cancel after the 1 month if you don't like the plays. Otherwise, they're going to charge you. Damon in there. All right, Damon. Use the promo code WINNER to get those free 30 days. The rest of you go over there and subscribe over at winnable.com/Ramon. I really appreciate it if you did. It keeps me coming back here to the Sports Money Network, that and the great guys here that run the channel. So go over there and pay that 41 cents a day, would you? And keep me coming here back every day. If everyone cancels, if all 42 subscribers cancel, we're going to cancel this show. So don't cancel. And don't coordinate a cancel either. You've already entered, Fergie. You entered just by typing something in there. You're already in. Hope you saw your name in there. Thank you to Kane. Thank you to AOD. Thank you to We Do. Thank you to Robert. Thanks, everybody, today. We'll be back. Stay tuned for the baseball preview show with the guys. I'll be ready to check in here with my plays, and I want to see what those guys have to say. And don't forget, also, I think pre-gaming is back here in the afternoon. And like I said, probably right around, I'd say 1 o'clock Eastern, we'll bring you VB MMA picks previewing this weekend's card. This weekend, it's going to be lightweights in Vegas, Moicano and Duncan. Moicano gets this main event here after a loss to Darvish. Remember, he was also in there, fought for the title. So, yeah, maybe he's tumbled a little bit here, but he's still highly rated. Duncan, meanwhile, unranked in the UFC top 15, but he's won 4 straight, and he just subbed McKinney, remember, back at UFC 323 in December, and we saw what McKinney did last time out. So we got a good lightweight main event here, and we had a great guest this week, George was there here this week, so check that out. He was a first-time analyst here, and he did pretty well. He was pretty good. We had a long show, actually, and you'll see it later on today here after the baseball show. All right, that's going to do it for the morning. Whoops, where am I at? That's going to do it here for the morning, Steve. We'll be back tomorrow previewing the baseball, basketball, and hockey. That's what we do here. So, all right, that's going to do it, everybody. Thanks a lot. We'll catch you tomorrow here for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
Running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning Steve. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.